Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, White Plains. Good afternoon. I'm going to take just a couple of seconds and let folks jump on. Thank you so much for joining us. Whenever you're joining, if you're joining right now, that's great. Great to connect with you. If you're watching later on, that's awesome too. The most important thing is that you have access to these kind of updates, and we'll continue to post them and share them in other places as well as Facebook. So if you don't have Facebook, you're not hearing this on Facebook right now, but glad you're getting the message too. Really, just a quick update today. It's hard to believe that it's February 2nd, Groundhog Day. I'm told that the groundhog, or Puxatawny Phil, has told us that we're going to have more winter. So there's that if you get your weather from groundhogs. But certainly the next couple of days is going to be cold. So bear that in mind as well. I know you're all hearing the weather reports, and we'll keep you updated with any potential winter weather that's coming our way. Moving right into the 100th day of school, again, it's so hard to believe how fast the school year is going. Kids are doing amazing work. I was just at Eastview this morning visiting with our students and our colleagues, and just always impressed with the fantastic work that's going on. And speaking of, this weekend at the high school, if you're available, Friday night 7 o'clock, Saturday night 7 o'clock, and Sunday for an afternoon 2 p.m. matinee, we have Mamma Mia taking place as well. So a lot of really fantastic things happening throughout the district. It is also Black History Month, and we are celebrating everywhere in all of our classrooms and all of our schools, continuing the important tradition of raising up the history of not only Black America, but also all of America, and how everything intertwines and how all of us come together to create an amazing community. And that's what I want to talk to you about this afternoon as well, because it is the importance of community that I think is the critical pillar when we're talking about safety and security in our schools. And it always bears reminding. So we talk about it all the time. And I wanted to just take this opportunity to connect with you again, because I know in the recent news in our area and around the country, there have been continuous incidents where there's been violence in schools. And every time we hear of these situations, certainly as parents, community members, and teachers, we can't help but think about our own schools and our own students and our own communities and our own children. So what can we do? What can we do not only to continue to keep our schools as safe and secure as possible, but also to work together as a community to keep all of our children safe and all of our community members as safe as possible? I think the most important thing we can do is continue to learn as much as we possibly can from situations that occur, as horrible as it is. We have to take all of this information and look at our own plans, look at our own safety procedures and protocols, and make adjustments where we need to. I don't think we're ever going to be at a place where we say, yeah, this is good enough. So here in the White Plains City School District, you need to know that every time a situation arises, we look at that situation and we compare it to our planning. We compare it to our protocols. We compare it to our procedures. Our Safety and Security Committee is comprised of stakeholders from all throughout the community, and they work hard. They work hard to identify best practices. They work hard to find potential weak points in our own systems and protocols, and this is ongoing work that takes place all throughout the school year. But still, we always need to hear from our students. We need to hear from our parents and guardians and community members whenever there may be a concern about something, whether it's school related or community related. If we can be of assistance, if we can help folks move in the right direction or get the information to where it needs to be, we want to be able to do that. So I like to thank everybody, especially our students, who come forward and let us know when they have a concern or when they're worried about something, when they see something on social media. Social media these days is, again, always a tool, right? It can be a tool, but it also can be a trap. And there have been many instances where, situations are burgeoning and boiling over on the internet and various social media applications. And when we find out, we're able to assist and help. And it's not always about getting in trouble. Oftentimes it's about intervening to help as well. So at the building level, what are we doing? We're always looking at our building level security plans. We're always working together and collaborating at the building level to make sure that our buildings are as safe and secure as possible. That comes with the support responsibility of our students as well. not only to be vigilant, to be paying attention to things that are happening inside the building, but also to follow the procedures and to follow the protocols. We need to speak with our children continuously. We do, you do, and this is an ongoing conversation about making good choices when it comes to keeping ourselves safe and secure in our schools. At the district level, we are always looking for ways to enhance our security procedures and practices. We're always looking for ways to connect wellness with safety and security, and make sure that we're bringing our community members together to learn as much as we possibly can from everybody. It is a collaborative, ongoing effort. We're committed to it. And when you have an idea, when you're thinking about something, maybe you heard something from a family member in a different school district in a different state and you want to share it with us, we welcome that feedback. We're always looking to make sure that we're building a better mousetrap when it comes to keeping our kids and our school community members safe. As a community, we need to talk with each other, and we need to recognize and continue to recognize, and I think this is something that we do particularly well in White Plains, that there can never be barriers and walls between us in terms of communication. We have to let each other know when we're concerned about something. And I want to thank all parents and guardians and community members who constantly reach out to us. It's never going to be a burden. It's never going to be, they're not going to listen to me. No, we're going to listen to you. We're going to take the information that you give us. We're going to do the investigation that needs to happen here at the school level, or connect with our colleagues in the White Plains Police Department or Department of Public Safety. Whatever it may be, we're going to follow through on whatever information you share with us, because it matters. Even if it's a false alarm, we would rather have all false alarms than ever miss something that's important. So keep sending that along, keep sending that information, and just always remember that we're a phone call away, an email away. You can always reach out to us and let us know what's happening. If you're building, your child's building principal, certainly any of our SROs, me, anybody that you have a direct line of contact with and you have information that you feel like you need to share, let us know. We're always grateful to have it. Enhancements and procedures changes will be always coming, and I know sometimes it's a hassle. I know sometimes it's a hassle when we change a procedure and now we have to do something differently. What I'd like to share, and hopefully you'll bear in mind, is whenever we're going to do something differently, it's in the interest of the safety of our kids. So for instance, we're looking at new ideas, new ways to enhance the overall security in our buildings, and we're always looking for new technologies that we might be able to employ. Things like, as you know, we have in our buildings, vape detectors and the like. These types of technologies continue to evolve. They get better. They're not always great, but we are always looking at new ways, novel ways to introduce another layer of safety and security in our buildings. Our buildings are always open. We are always welcoming children and community members in our buildings, and that's wonderful. We love that. That's something that I think is so unique and special in White Plains, and we want to continue to do that, and we're going to. However, we also know that we need to manage the facilities and make sure that when folks are in the facilities, especially after hours, that they're only in the places that they're supposed to be. So you're going to notice as time goes on that there are going to be areas within our facilities that are not going to be accessible. Or maybe when you're coming to an event, there's only going to be 1 or 2 points of entry, 1 or 2 points of egress, not including emergency exits. We want to make sure that we have the best possible use of the facility in the safest way, so that people are where they're supposed to be and we don't have to worry about students being in places that they're not supposed to be. Making sure we're following the protocols for entering our buildings and leaving our buildings is so important. Entering through the identified and designated doors, leaving through the identified and designated doors, that keeps the entire building community safe. I know, because we've all done it. You have the door closest to you. It's easiest to go out that door. Or maybe you're just going to run out the door for a minute and you're going to be right back. So, let me put something in the door to keep it open. We can't do that. That is so important. We have to remember that our buildings should at all times be secure. This is something that we're all working toward, and we want to continue to enlist your help and support in making sure that those conversations you're having with our tigers, so that they understand that these protocols that are in place, these practices that are in place, are only there to keep everybody safe and secure. Emergency situations and crises can happen anywhere. It doesn't matter where you're located. The most important thing that you can do is be ready for any potential situation that may arise. Communicating with each other, having a solid plan in place, having the appropriate relationships with our first responders, making sure that our first responders have access to our facilities at all times, that they can train in them, that they know every layout and all of the nooks and crannies in our buildings. These are all really, really important things. And I'm really proud to share with you that we do that all here in White Plains. So we're going to keep doing our part. We're going to keep working to get better. We're going to keep working to identify new and novel ways that we can increase the level of security and safety around our buildings. And we're going to continue to take and appreciate all of the feedback and information that you share with us as well. Remember, anything you know that could potentially be a problem for one of our children, we want to know too. We want to help. We want to intervene before a small problem becomes a large problem. And if there's ever any questions that you have about anything, or you want to talk through some concerns that you might have, look, I know you hear these stories, I do too. They're scary. And as parents, sometimes, we just want to know, all right, what's my school district doing about this? Reach out. We are here to talk with you, to share with you, to give you all the information that you need so that you can continue to trust and believe in your schools as you should, and that we can continue to partner with you to keep all of our children and all of our community members safe. Look, I appreciate all the time you've given me already today. Again, anytime you need anything that we could possibly do to help and partner with you and our kiddos, we're here for you. So please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much for giving me a few minutes of your time today. I look forward to seeing you soon. Stay warm because it is going to be really cold this weekend, and stay WP proud. Talk to you soon.